Hi, welcome back to The Big Shot. In the first video, we familiarized ourselves with some of the terminologies that are used in photography. In the second one, we will see how to use them and how to use them to take pictures using a mobile phone. The first thing that you require is definitely mobile phone with a very good camera. And every time you get out to take pictures, make sure that you carry a small cleaning cloth so that you can clean the lens. Now let's see how to set your phone camera. Open the camera app. I usually go use a Pro mode. Pro mode means you have all controls on your right side, and you can either leave it in auto mode or you can manually override them. Another important thing I use is a grid to facilitate my shooting. I use a 3x3 grid, and sometimes I use a golden ratio grid. We took this camera out and did some shoot, and let's look at those images. Let's review those images and see how use this help of this grid I improve the images. Image 1, the horizon line is on top. This matched the top line of the grid. This actually cut the screen into exactly two halves, and this one matched the bottom line of the grid. Now, technically, this is more pleasing to the eye. This cutting the screen into two equal halves are not exactly a good looking image. You get really bored by this, this kind of imagery. This is the next option, but in our case, I chose to keep this one. Another important one I would like you to worry about is the shutter speed. We said slower shutter, you will get blurry images. Faster shutter will give you crisper images. It tends to freeze your motion. Now, this particular image is shot with a slower shutter speed, and this one is shot with a faster shutter speed. Let me warn you about one common mistake that people tend to use while using a mobile phone camera. You usually use the zoom function in the mobile phone. It tends to deteriorate the quality of your image, so avoid using them. Instead of zooming into an image or zooming into the subject, you should try and move closer to the object to take that picture. I like to share with you one more shoot that we did for you as a sample. This is shooting an object. Make sure that there's a large light source on one side of your image. It should not be from behind your camera, or it should be from the side, so that you get the texture very well. So if I zoom in, you can actually see the texture, very, very crisp image. Of course, here also I use that technique of the rule of third, as it is called. I use the grid. Now in this one, the coffee mug is in the middle, this one is to the right, and this one is to the left. And as you can see, this one is the least interesting one. This is fine. I prefer this one. I admit, and I'm sure you'll agree, that photography is not something that one can teach in a few seconds or a few minutes, or the kind of time that is available to us for this video. But what I have shared with you is some of the most important techniques that I use, or principles that I use when I set out to do photography. In the next video, we will see how to enhance or how to process the pictures that you've shot. Till then, stay tuned.